What it is, welcome back to another episode of the Urban Warrior Podcast, your number one source for urban preparedness. I'm your host, Brody, and today we're going to be talking about 8 tactical ways to silence mental noise. So if you're ready to start becoming self-reliant, make sure to like, subscribe, share, turn on notifications, sit back and relax, and let's get into it. So let's start with the hard truth. Most men don't even have anxiety. What they have is undisciplined relationships with their own thoughts. So let's start with the hard truth. Most men don't have anxiety. What they have is an undisciplined relationship with their own thoughts. That doesn't mean they're broken. It just means that they're untrained. And if you never trained your mind, why would you expect to behave under pressure? Overthinking feels intelligent. It feels like responsible. It feels like preparation. But if your thinking does not produce action, it's not preparation, it's avoidance. You'll replay conversations, you imagine worst case scenarios, you rehearse arguments that never happen, you predict rejection before you even try, you simulate collapse before you build stability. Your body starts acting like that these scenarios are real. Your heart rate rises, sleep decreases, energy drops, confidence erodes, and nothing actually happens. That's mental leakage. And the goal isn't to eliminate thought, it's to gain control over it. So I'm going to give you 8 ways to actually do that. Okay, number 1, what you want to do is you want to have a 10-minute window. So the first thing you can do is create a 10-minute worry window. What this really is you don't suppress your thoughts. Suppression makes them stronger. So what you do instead is you contain them. Your brain keeps bringing back thoughts because it believes that these situations are unresolved. So you give it a designated container, which go ahead and set a timer for like 10 minutes. And during those 10 minutes, think about the issue directly, write down the fears, write down the likely outcome, write down the worst case outcome, write down what you would do if that happened. That's it. When the timer ends, you close the session. This is important because without structure, your mind will analyze the same issue 40 times a day. That's not intelligence, that's inefficiency. By giving yourself a worry window, you're telling your brain, we already handled this. This builds authority. You stop being dragged by thought loops and you start directing them. Number 2, write the thought once, then act once. The real problem with overthinking is overthinking thrives in vagueness. You say, I'm stressed. You don't know what to do. What if things go wrong? That's fog. Clarity kills fog. Take one sheet of paper, write the problem in one sentence. For example, I'm afraid if I fail at starting this business, now under that write, what is the next physical action? Not the 12-step plan, not the 5-step vision, the next move. Send the email, research prices for 20 minutes, register the domain, schedule the appointment, then execute immediately. This is important because action creates certainty. Even imperfect actions reduce anxiety because your brain now sees movement. You don't need confidence first, you need motion. Confidence follows evidence. Evidence comes from action. Number 3, a physical reset protocol. Change the body, change the mind. Why your body matters is because your thoughts are not floating in space. They are influenced by your nervous system. If you're sitting for hours, overstimulated, untrained, sleep deprived, or overcaffeinated, your mind will spiral fast. When you feel mental noise rising, don't argue with it, move. The set of 3 reset, choose one. Option A, push-up reset. 3 sets of 20 to 30 push-ups, 30 seconds between sets. Option B, sprint reset, 3 rounds of 60-second sprints, walk back recovery. Option C, do a cold reset. Cold water on your face for 60 seconds, do 3 rounds of that. Or option D, shadow boxing, 3 rounds of 2 minutes. Fast hands, controlled breathing. This is going to work because movement shifts from cognitive overload to physical presence. Your brain cannot spiral at the same intensity when your body is under load. You interpret the pattern, you remind yourself, I'm in control. Most mental spirals aren't slowed by thinking, they're slowed by regulating your physiology. Number 4, label your thoughts. When a thought appears, pause and ask yourself, is this producing a solution or just producing an emotion. Planning results in a next step. Rumination repeats the same loop. If it's planning, continue briefly. If it's rumination, disengage. This is powerful because the moment you label a thought, you create distance from it. Instead of I'm anxious, it becomes I'm noticing a rumination pattern. That separation restores control. You are not your thoughts. You are evaluating them. Number 5, you're going to want to reduce stimulation, especially caffeine. It's a hidden amplifier. Caffeine speeds up mental processing. That's fine if you're stable. But if you're already stressed, caffeine multiplies the noise. So try this experiment. For 7 days, cut caffeine intake by half. No caffeine after 12. Notice reduced mental chatter, better sleep, and less emotional recovery. This is going to matter because you can't train a calm mind while constantly overstimulating it. Discipline is sometimes subtraction. Less input, less noise, more control. Number 6, no phone for the first 30 minutes. Protect your mental entry point. For the first 30 minutes after waking, you're neurologically sensitive. So if you immediately check notifications, scroll social media, read the news, reply to messages, you surrender control of your nervous system. So instead, for 30 minutes, no phone, drink water, stretch, sit in silence, journal, read something grounding. This is going to matter because your morning set is your baseline. If you start reactive, you stay reactive. If you start grounded, you stay grounded. You don't build mental mastery by accident, you build it intentionally. Number 7, replace what if with what now. The question that weakens you is, what if I fail? What if she rejects me? What if society collapses? These questions project you into imagined futures. They create helplessness. Replace them with what now? What now? That demands action. It brings you into the present moment. This is going to work because fear lives in the future, strength lives in the present. What now forces your brain to search for agency, and agency kills anxiety. Number 8, brain dump before bed. Why your brain won't shut up at night is because your brain replays thoughts because it doesn't trust you. It thinks if I stop reminding him, he'll forget. So prove it wrong. Before bed, write down everything unfinished, every worry, every task, every conversation. No structure needed, just empty it. This is going to be important because you signal completion. Your brain, sleep improves recovery, improves mental clarity, improves. A disciplined shutdown routine creates a disciplined mind. So here's the real reason you overthink. Here's the deeper truth. Overthinking protects you from risk. If you never act, you never fail publicly. If you stay in analysis, you never expose yourself. But staying safe slowly erodes your confidence. Every time you hesitate, your brain logs it, and that becomes identity. You don't fix overthinking by trying to think better. You fix it by building evidence that you act. Overthinking ends when movement begins. You don't need new personality. You need repetition. Control your input, move your body, limit rumination, take the next step, do that daily, and your mind will follow. Again, if you like these type of tips and you want more, you want to become an urban warrior, make sure to like, subscribe, share, turn on post notifications. Grab your free copy of the Urban Warrior Preparedness Checklist on my website, urbanwarriorsurvival.com. Join me over on Discord, where we keep the community going 24/7. And join me over on Twitch for live Q&As, as well as survival gaming. To all my gamers out there, I be gaming every night. So come hang out, meet me, and let's get some gaming. Also, feel free to become a channel sponsor by checking out the Patreon, where I give all types of really awesome rewards. Links are going to be in the description section below. Until next time, this is Brody from Urban Warrior Survival, signing out. Peace.